The warning signs the Galactic Empire was calm. For hundreds of years, it had ruled many stars. Its fleets were large and powerful. No enemy could challenge its strength. But now, something new was coming. Deep in the outer borders, Empire scouts saw strange signals. Ships appeared suddenly and destroyed entire fleets. No warning, no mercy. The Empire had never seen such violence. Commander Raltek sat in the war room, staring at the holomap. Red dots showed destroyed fleets. The dots kept growing. He shook his head. This can't be. Who fights like this? The Empire's best spies searched for answers. They found reports from soldiers who had faced the enemy. They do not fight. Like us, said Captain Mara. No formation, no rules. They just attack and destroy everything. The Empire sent a warning to the High Council. We face a new enemy. They do not play fair. They fight to annihilate. The Council was shocked. Emperor Vishar sat silently. His face was cold, but inside, fear grew. The Empire was strong, but this threat was strange. What is their name? Ask the Emperor. No one knows, said the spy master. They call themselves humans. Humans. A small planet on the edge of the galaxy. The Empire had heard stories. Humans were wild, unpredictable. But no one believed they could be dangerous. Raltek looked at the reports again. They use strange weapons. They move fast. They strike hard. The Empire sent its first fleet to meet the humans. The soldiers were confident. They expected a normal fight. But the humans fought differently. The battle started with loud explosions. The Empire ships fired lasers and missiles. But humans dodged easily. They attacked from all sides. Raltek watched the holoscreen. His ships were breaking. One by one, they exploded. They do not fight fair, said Mara. They use surprise. They use speed. They destroy everything. A message came from the human flagship. It was short but cold. We end wars fast. We do not fight to win. We fight to end. The Empire was not ready. It had never faced such enemies. The commanders were scared. We must prepare, said Raltek. This war will not be like any before. Back in the capital, the news spread fast. The council held emergency meetings. Scientists and generals worked day and night. We must learn their ways, said the lead scientist. Their weapons, their ships, their tactics. Only then can we fight back. But the more they learned, the more they feared. Humans were strong, smart, and ruthless. They did not care about honor or rules. They cared only about victory, that the Empire's fear grew. The borders shook with war. The stars burned with battle. Raltek sent a final message before his fleet was destroyed. Humans are coming. The Empire must be ready. The warning was clear. The Empire trembled. A new war was coming. And this war would change everything. Asterisk. The first encounter the Empire was ready. They sent a large fleet to meet the humans near the planet Varus Prime. The soldiers were proud. They believed their numbers and technology would win easily. Admiral Lorca stood on the command bridge. She watched the stars as ships moved in formation. This will be a quick victory, she said with confidence. But as the humans appeared, everything changed. Their ships were smaller but fast. They did not line up like the Empire's fleet. Instead, they spread out and attacked in strange ways. Explosions shook the space. The Empire's lasers missed more than they hit. Human ships dodged with sharp moves, hitting back hard. Lorca's voice grew tense. They fight like wild beasts. No rules, no mercy. The humans used new weapons that shocked the Empire's fleet. Energy beams that cut through shields, bombs that exploded without warning. The Empire's best pilots tried to respond, but humans were too quick. They struck suddenly, destroying ships in seconds. Lorca sent a message. Hold your ground. Fight smart. Don't lose hope. But the humans had no hope to give. Their leader's voice echoed through the Empire's comms. We don't fight. Fair. We don't ask for peace. We end all wars with fire. The battle was fierce. The Empire's fleet lost many ships. The soldiers were shocked. They never imagined humans would fight like this. In the middle of battle, a human ship exploded. Near Lorca's flagship, the shockwave shook the bridge. Lorca looked at the damage reports. We must retreat, she said. We cannot win like this. Her fleet pulled back, leaving the humans victorious. The news of the battle spread fast. The Empire was shaken. Humans were no longer a small threat. They were a force of destruction. Back in the capital, the council met again. Emperor Vashar's eyes were dark. Humans do not fight like anyone else. We must change our ways or fall. The Empire's scientists worked faster. They tried to create weapons to match human speed and power, but the humans kept coming. Their attacks grew stronger. The Empire's fear turned to panic. Lorca prepared her fleet again. This war will not be like before, she said. Humans fight to destroy, not just to win. The Empire trembled as the humans showed their true power. Asterisk. The Empire's fear grows. The Empire's grand halls were filled with tension. The once proud leaders now whispered in fear. The humans were not just enemies. They were a force that changed everything. In the capital city of Vashar, Prime Emperor. Vashar sat on his throne. His face was hard, but inside, worry gnawed at him. Reports from the front lines kept coming, each worse than the last. General Koran paced in the war room. Our fleets are failing. The humans strike faster than we can react. Their weapons tear through our shields like paper. Scientists crowded around tables, trying to understand the humans' strange technology. But every discovery brought new questions. How do they move so fast? How do they strike without warning? Asked lead scientist Miradot, the Empire's spies. Returned with strange stories. Humans did not fight like any known race. They were unpredictable, wild, and brutal. In one report, a soldier said, they don't care about rules or honor. They destroy everything, friend or foe. Fear spread like wildfire. The Empire's commanders met in secret. They planned new weapons, new strategies, but nothing seemed enough. Meanwhile, humans prepared quietly. On their homeworld, their leaders trained their forces for the coming battles. Back in the Empire, a message arrived from a border station. A human warship has appeared in orbit of the capital, it said. The news hit like thunder. The Empire's heart trembled. Emperor Vashar stood and spoke loudly. If they bring war to our doorstep, we must show them our power. We will not fall without a fight. But deep down, he knew the war would be harder than ever before. The Empire's fear grew. With every passing day, the humans were coming, and they did not fight fair. They fought to end. The human philosophy of the Empire was desperate for answers. They captured a human ship during a small skirmish near a remote moon. Inside, they found something unexpected. Not just weapons, but stories. Commander Raltek led the questioning. He looked at the human captain, a calm woman named Sarah. Why do you fight like this? Raltek asked. Why no mercy? Why no rules? Sarah smiled faintly. We fight because we must. Not for glory or honor. We fight to survive, to protect. Those we love. The Empire's officers listened carefully. They learned that humans believed war was not a game. It was life or death. They fight with everything they have, said Sarah. If we lose, everything ends, so we give no quarter. The Empire found more truths in intercepted messages and stories from captured soldiers. Humans were unpredictable, clever and brutal, but they had a strong spirit. They value strength, But also courage, said General Koran. They sacrifice without hesitation. Scientists studied human weapons. They were simple but deadly. Humans used speed and surprise, striking before enemies could react. The Empire's commanders felt a cold fear. Humans were not just machines. Of war, they were warriors with heart. A human message arrived. We do not want endless battles. We want to end wars quickly so we can build a better future. The Empire's leaders debated. Could they understand these strange warriors? Could they find a way to stop them? The galaxy watched. The humans were rising not just as destroyers, but as a new force with a fierce philosophy. The Empire's future hung in the balance. Asterisk, the battle of destruction. The day came. The Empire gathered its largest fleet near the planet Calaris. It was a last chance to stop the humans before they reached the core worlds. Admiral Lorca stood on the bridge of her flagship. Ships around her were ready, thousands of soldiers, thousands of weapons. She felt hope, but the humans had other plans. As the battle began, human ships moved like shadows. They slipped through the Empire's defenses, striking with deadly precision. Suddenly, massive energy blasts tore through the Empire's shields. Entire squadrons vanished in seconds. The humans unleashed weapons no one had seen before, bombs that burned like stars, beams that cut through steel as if it was paper. Empire soldiers fought bravely, but chaos ruled the battlefield. Ships crashed, exploded, and burned. Lorca barked orders, but her voice trembled. Hold the line. Do not let them break through. But humans did not just break the line, they shattered it. From the flagship, a chilling message came. Surrender now, or be destroyed. We fight not to win, but to end. The Empire hesitated. Their pride told them to fight on. But their ships were dying fast. One by one, the Empire's warships fell. The sky above Calaris glowed red with fire. The battle ended with a terrible silence. The humans had won. The Empire's forces were broken. Back in the command room, Lorca looked at the stars. This war is unlike any other. We must change or be wiped out. The Empire's dream of victory was crushed. The humans had brought destruction, and the galaxy would never be the same. Asterisk. The Empire's last stand. The Empire was wounded, but not yet defeated. Emperor Vashar called for one final battle. This was their last chance to stop the humans before all was lost. Admiral Lorca prepared the new fleet. Ships were rebuilt quickly, and soldiers trained harder than ever. They knew the humans were ruthless, but they hoped to outsmart them. The battle began near the star system Arcanus. The Empire's fleet moved with careful precision, ready for everything. But the humans were faster. They attacked from unexpected angles, breaking the Empire's formations. Explosions lit the dark space like fireworks. Empire ships fell one after another. The humans fought with cold determination. General Koran shouted orders, but it was chaos. Hold your ground. Protect the capital. We cannot lose. The humans adapted quickly. Every time the Empire tried a new tactic, humans found a way to destroy it. The Empire's flagship was hit hard. Alarms blared. Fires burned inside the ship. Emperor Vashar watched the battle from the bridge. His face was grim. He knew this might be the end. Suddenly, a message came from the human commander. Your time is over. Surrender now or face total destruction. Vashar stood up. We will never surrender. The Empire will fight until the last breath. But even as he spoke, his eyes showed doubt. The battle raged on. The Empire's forces shrank. The humans pushed forward without mercy. At last, the Empire's great fleet was broken. The last ships fled or were destroyed. The stars were silent again. But this time, the Empire was changed forever. Asterisk aftermath and new dawn, the war was over. The Empire lay broken. its great fleets destroyed. Silence filled the stars where battles once raged. Emperor Vashar sat alone in his ruined palace. The weight of defeat pressed on his shoulders. The galaxy had changed, and he felt lost, but the humans did not come as conquerors seeking to rule with cruelty. Instead, they offered peace, but on their terms. Commander Sarah, the human leader, spoke clearly. We did not want endless war. We fought to end it. Now, we offer a chance for a new future. The Empire's leaders were uncertain. Could they trust these strange warriors who fought with fire and fury? The humans began to rebuild the shattered systems. They brought order, but also new rules set by strength and fairness. Some in the Empire resisted. They whispered of rebellion and revenge. Others accepted the new way, hoping for peace. On the horizon, new ships flew, human ships, shining with power and promise. They were the guardians of a changed galaxy. Emperor Vashar watched the stars one last time. This is not the end, he whispered. It is a new beginning. The humans had not only destroyed the Empire's fleets, they had shattered old ways and built something new. The galaxy trembled once more, not with fear, but with hope and uncertainty. And the story of humans and the Empire was far from over. Asterisk.